The streets of South Los Angeles were filled with the hum of daily life, but beneath the surface, a predator was hunting. From the mid-1980s, young women began disappearing, only to be found discarded in alleyways and dumpsters. They were left like trash, their lives stolen by a man who seemed to vanish as quickly as he arrived. For years, the police searched for a pattern, unaware that the killer was playing a game of patience that would span decades. The murders suddenly stopped in 1988, leaving the community in a state of confused relief. The media dubbed the killer the Grim Sleeper, assuming he had either died, been imprisoned for another crime, or simply moved on. But while the city tried to forget, the killer was merely waiting. Then, in 2002, the terror resumed. The same signature of violence returned to the same neighborhoods, proving that the monster had never left. He had just been lying in wait, watching the world change while he remained constant in his depravity. The break in the case came from an unlikely source. Law enforcement turned to familial DNA testing, a revolutionary technique that matched evidence from the crime scenes to the son of a man who had recently been arrested for a minor offense. They had finally found their man in Lonnie Franklin Jr, a quiet mechanic who had been hiding in plain sight. He had lived a dual life, working on cars by day and committing unspeakable acts by night, all while raising a family and maintaining a normal facade. When the police searched his home, they found a treasure trove of horror. Hundreds of photographs of women were tucked away in his belongings, documenting his victims and his dark trophies. Many of the women in the photos had never been reported missing or were never identified, suggesting that the true toll of his crimes was far higher than anyone ever dared to imagine. He was a man who felt entitled to treat human beings as objects, believing he was clever enough to outsmart the system forever. The trial was a painful reckoning for the families who had spent years searching for answers. The evidence was overwhelming, and the stories of the survivors and the victims' families finally brought the truth into the light. The Grim Sleeper was sentenced to death, finally ending his long reign of terror. Yet, the 14-year gap remains a chilling question mark in the history of serial killers. If he had not been caught, how much longer would he have continued his cycle of silence and violence? Some cases get solved. Some just get colder.